Behind me you see the chimneys of Borde Hill Gardens, Haywards Heath in Sussex. The gardens are owned by the Stevenson-Clark family. This is now the 5th generation of the family that are now living here at Borde Hill. Gardens don't stand still, and J. Goddard at the helm of the Stevenson-Clark family is bringing this on to a new level. I love this garden because it's got an extraordinary collection of plants, really rare and unusuals, 4,500 different species of plants, 95 champion trees, and the variety of gardens within the garden make it so interesting. So we've got the rose garden, we've got the paradise garden, down the Roundel, and the fabulous herbaceous borders. My name is Peter Mills. I'm going to be taking you on a tour of this magnificent garden, which is a plantsman's paradise. You find me in the rose garden, J. Robbins' rose garden, surrounded by beautiful lavender. This is a variety called Loddon Blue. The roses around here, there's 750 different plants that are in this rose garden, 105 different varieties, and they're all David Austin roses. So it's the crossing of old English roses with the new hybrids. You end up with more disease resistance. You've still got the scent, but the crucial thing is that they are repeat flowering. At the centre of the garden is this lovely water feature. And as I mentioned earlier, sound is so important. In the background, we've got a wren singing its little heart out. You can hear the water coming out of this fountain that's got rose petals. She's called Aphrodite. We're going to leave the beautiful rose gardens now, and we're going to go to the paradise gardens. Now, this beautiful area is called the Paradise Walk. This area was actually redesigned in 2020 by Chris Beardshaw. He's a true plantsman. He knows what he's doing, and I love this mixture and texture that he's actually got running through this border. You've got Galenia trifoliata, a very underrated plant actually. Lovely little white flowers, very good autumn colour as well. You've got the daylilies here, and you can actually eat the flowers of Hemerocallis. And then this little fellow, Anthemis E.C. Buxton, looks like, well, just sort of like bacon and eggs, really. So it's got that lovely sort of egg yolk yellow with the cream around the outside. Hoverflies love it. So this is a very beautiful border that really works well for the bees and the wildlife, the hoverflies, the insects. And you've got the Campanula Pritchard's variety that I can hear is buzzing with bees at the moment. You find me in the midsummer border at Borde Hill Gardens. This, believe it or not, used to be a croquet lawn and has been transformed into a lovely border, which is actually seen from all three sides. It's a triangular bed. In the centre of the border is this beautiful golden Indian bean tree, Catalpa bignonoides aurea. We've got a lot of the gold standard roses. This was all designed by Dr. Tony Lord. So there's a real variety of plants right through here. We've got some euphorbias here. We've got some Lysimachia punctata down below me. We've got the blue geranium roseanne just in the foreground. And basically you're giving this triangular bed structure at the middle, and it sort of cascades down with different heights and sizes with these gold standard roses in the mixture. This garden has got a completely different feel. It's a contemporary garden designed by Sophie Walker in 2017. It's got serious structure to it with the path going inwards, and it sort of leads you right to the centre of this area, which is a former marl quarry, and you get a real truly jungle feel or rainforest feel with the planting that's in this area. A lot of the plants came from Krug Farm in North Wales, so there's a lot of strange, weird and wonderful plants in amongst this area, which I'll love to show you. You walk down the Roundel, and now you can actually hear the water from the waterfall behind me, and it's so atmospheric, this area. You wouldn't think you were in Sussex actually. It's a real jungle feel. You've got tree ferns around me, you've got the shamrocks, you've got the enormous swamp cypress up above me. bamboos. It's just a proper jungle in the middle of Sussex, and it's just bizarre. This is one of the famous parts of the garden called the Italian garden. It's visited by everybody that comes here. This, believe it or not, used to be a tennis court, but is now been transformed back in the 1980s into a stunning pond with the water lilies, the water feature. In the pond itself, you'll find many newts and lots of wildlife whizzing around. The edge of the pond, we've got the ridgeron, the American fleabane, a fabulous little plant that just keeps flowering its socks off. Around the garden here, we vary things. So we change the pots on a regular basis, and you've got a backdrop of some fabulous trees. You've got a champion eucalyptus that's up to my left-hand side, and a Discaria discala, which is another champion tree at the far end of the pool, and the watercourse that comes down through. Now, I'd like you to see a lot more of this garden, but I'm afraid I haven't got enough time to show you. This is an extraordinary house and gardens, and seriously well worth visiting. There's 383 acres with this estate, stunning collection of plants, and I've just shown you a small amount of it. There are parts of the garden that we're still discovering and finding rare plants and trees that have been forgotten about for years. So come back at different times of the year and be overwhelmed with what there is to offer.